Business Brain, episode 585 for Wednesday, September 25th, National Daughters Day 2024. Greetings, folks, and welcome back to Business Brain, the show where we take a few ideas, we dissect them, we crunch them, we analyze them, we use them to tune our business brains every single time we get together. Our sponsor for this episode is Shopify.com/businessbrain. That's where you can go to sign up for a $1 per month trial period. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. For now, here in Durham, New Hampshire, I'm Dave Hamilton.
And out here in Northern California, I'm Shannon Jean. Man, I love Shopify. Gosh,
Same.
They're the best. Just,
they make life super easy.
Yep. Yeah, they're good to get and help a lot of small businesses, which I love.
Which is great, yes.
Love it.
Yeah.
Hey, we talk about org charts a lot. We talk about, maybe not a lot, but enough, about why it's so important to create an org chart, even if you're the only person in the company. So you put your name in every one of those boxes, and it helps build your, break out whatever all the roles are that are required to run your business. So as you start hiring people, you can pump them in. I saw this thing the other day that I thought was pretty good, is adding accountability to your org chart. So instead of just like putting the function, the name of it, Shannon, and he's the CFO. That would never happen, but because I'm not the finance guy. Or Shannon is a sales manager, or whatever. All these things.
Sure, yeah.
Well,
I mean, when you start the business, you would be the CFO, whether you're good at that or not.
Yeah, that's true. But what in addition to, you say, okay, you're going to talk about what your role is, what the role of that person is in that. So if you're the CFO or managing, you and your name's on there, you are supervising payables, overseeing receivables, you're managing the budget, and you're creating financial forecasts. So you're adding
the responsibilities.
Responsibility, that's probably a better word. Yeah.
I like that.
Into the chart. So anyone that looks at the chart and says, hey, I have this thing, or I have an idea, I have a problem, I need help with, they look at the org chart and they know who to go to because it lists who's responsible for what. Because it may not be, on the surface think that, wow, if I have a budget question, who do I go talk to? Or if I'm interested in, I got a person I want to introduce that maybe we could sell to. Is it the salesperson?
This is brilliant, because obviously on day one, assuming you are starting as a solopreneur, it doesn't matter.
No,
right? I mean, the questions all go to you.
Yes.
But if as you start to grow the business, the questions are all still going to go to you.
Yeah, you want to,
and you have to transact for every one of them. Yeah. Even if you're an excellent delegator, if you've got people asking you who to go to, you're not as excellent as you think you are. And I say this as someone who is a career terrible delegator. I'm good at delegating. I'm just terrible at delegation. Like once I decide to delegate, I know I know how to do it. Like I have the skill. It's just I don't do it as often as I should. And if you can build a chart that fields those requests before they ever make it to your desk, that's huge.
And put it on the wall right outside your office.
Put it on the wall. Yeah. Does this answer your question?
So when you're walking in, it's like, and I do. Obviously, you want that interaction with your employees,
of course,
but you also want to encourage them to go to the right person because it will.
Yeah, that's efficient.
It's efficient. Yeah, you want to do it. So I thought that was pretty cool. So adding the responsibilities to your org chart, I think it's it's a great upgrade to your org chart.
All right, folks, you know that success in business isn't just about having a great product, right? It's about the business behind the business, making sales as easy as a walk in the park for your customers. Take companies like Feastables by Mr. Beast or even Mattel. Sure, they've got demand, killer branding, and influence-driven marketing, but the real secret behind their success? Our sponsor, Shopify. That's right. Shopify is the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And their not-so-secret weapon, Shop Pay, which boosts conversions by up to 50%. Less abandoned carts, more cha-ching moments. I've used Shopify with one of my other businesses, and soon I'm setting it up for my Gig Gab podcast merch store. It's ridiculously simple to use, and no matter where your customers are, online, in-store, or lost in their social media scroll, Shopify is ready to sell for you. So if you're serious about growing your business, the secret's out. Businesses that want to grow, grow with Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout as Mr. Beast uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/businessbrain, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/businessbrain to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/businessbrain. And our thanks to Shopify for sponsoring this episode. All right, Shannon, I need a little bit of, maybe this is business therapy, maybe it's justification. Maybe I've kind of already decided to do this,
okay.
But you know, I could be talked out of it, I suppose.
Okay.
You know,
right. Give me at
Backbeat, I know that adding another sales rep would help us. I believe. Right. I mean, it's anytime you do anything, it's an unknown. It's a risk, right? But I'm fairly confident that I would like to move a lot of the stuff that I'm doing to somebody else so that I can do other things. And that's fine. Like that, like all of those things are great. And like, you know, it should be business 101 or at least business 201, I guess. I generally, when I add new people to the team, I generally fund it out of cash flow. Okay.
Okay.
I plan to fund it out of cash flow, right? I know.
Yes.
And I always, I make a commitment to myself whenever I bring a new person on that I can do this for 6 months. The business can afford to do this for 6 months. Like, we're going to do this. Again, like, you know, your thing with the guy that you were going to hire for a year. If it doesn't work out, I don't have to keep them around for 6 months. But
yes.
I don't question the finances of it for 6 months. I know, okay, we've looked at this and all that stuff. And all of that's true. I can hire out of the war chest of the business, but I'm not sure I'll be hiring out of cash flow. I'm not fully confident that cash flow might cover this and then we're great. But either way,
you may go in the hole for a certain period of time. Yeah.
Correct. Yep. And I'm okay with that, but it's an atypical path for me.
So you don't,
and this might actually open up a whole world for me, right? Yeah. Hiring out of the war chest as opposed to cash flow, because basically I'm hiring out of past cash flow. It's not you know.
And is this person? You're paying? It's a commission salesperson.
It's going to be both. It'll be a base salary that's fairly low in terms of what their job should earn long term, right?
Got it.
So because it's sales, like that's how that works.
Of course. So you're somewhat protected there because you're not going out and just hiring a full cost another employee that you're going to pay whether they get the job done or not, right?
Correct. And commissions are paid out of cash flow. So I guess in that sense, it's half. It's half and half. Yeah.
And I mean,
except a lot of the commissions that I'll be paying are things that I have paid commission on thus far with the business.
Oh,
because I'm taking
that's a total different conversation.
That's I'm taking clients that I have and moving them to someone else.
Gotcha.
So the business from these clients I don't pay myself a commission.
Yeah, I understand.
You know, whatever. So, so there's that, right? Like it. So in a sense, it is a new burden on cash flow in both ways. Yes.
Yeah. I think that if, especially because the context is, it's going to free up more time, your time.
That's the key.
That is going to allow you to exponentially accelerate other things, whether it's, you know, I'm focusing on this business now, I'll have more time, I'll have, you know, a few hours a day extra or whatever it is. And even maybe not even your time during the day, but the time in your brain that you're always thinking of, oh, I've got to follow up with this guy. I've got to manage this person, this client. You're now going to be just managing the salesperson.
That's right.
Give him.
Yeah,
it'll get some house accounts.
There will be a transition period, of course, where I'm transitioning to her and like doing these things.
Yeah.
And
I think
stuff,
that's.
but,
I mean, we've done very similar things. I have one question that's, I don't know if it's related to this or not, but I'm curious. We always get, when we gave house accounts, we called them. It's like, hey, you're going to immediately get these house accounts that we already have, and you manage them. But after a certain period of time, we reverted house accounts back to the company. So we always had a carrot for the salesperson to go get new business. It wasn't enough that you just kept your good. So, and it varies with every business. It could be that every year, a certain percentage of your older accounts, these historical accounts, maybe they're 2 years old, you're going to not get commission on those anymore. Or the commission structure changes.
It's different. Yeah,
it's different because it's maintenance mode. It's not, you're not selling as much anymore. And that's a different skill. And we had relationship people because it became
in our keep going. Actually, I have an answer for this.
Yeah,
but go ahead.
The way I learned this is I realized that after a while, the customer service department becomes more important to the relationship than the salesperson. The salesperson is getting the customer and managing it, especially in the beginning, going, bringing these people, selling everything, getting them going, and they need to be rewarded for that. But after, I don't know, a year, let's say, use that as an example, the customer service department is managing the relationship and the success. It's customer success. They're the ones making sure everything is working great for the customer. So we would always revert some of those accounts back to the house, as we called it. Not like I owned a casino, but
No, this is interesting. Part of the reason that I'm doing this is, I always classify periods of time with Backbeat as either periods of time where we had so much business that it really is dependent on the economy.
Yeah.
Like so much of it. Sometimes the economy is such that we are just order takers, and other times we actually have to do our job and sell, right?
Sure.
And we are currently, and have been for about the last year and a half, the way the economy is, we have been in a period where we have to sell.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of these house accounts that were on kind of just, I don't want to call them maintenance mode, but kind of autopilot.
Yeah.
They now need more
sales
of our attention. Yep. So it is that's the reason I'm doing this. Is those accounts are no longer house just accounts. In the customer. They aren't house accounts, right? I mean, yes, they. I can't treat them as house accounts. Correct.
Yeah. I think that the takeaway for me is that you have to be able to go both ways. So if the salesperson finds himself back into like, wow, man, we really have to get back involved. They need to get their
commission back.
Commission back. And I think that's great if that happens, because these people are tools in your arsenal, right? They're your soldiers. Yes. So you reward them one way or not. And, I was always happy to like, okay, we're taking these back, but we're going to increase some benefit or your base or
sure.
whatever.
You renegotiate in a way that doesn't.
But you just can't keep it. Those commissions just can't keep going like this. It doesn't work. It does not work.
And the problem
is, show
on
this, Dave.
The salesperson's dilemma, right, is that the house will always wind up taking your commissions back if you wind up earning too much. It's too much. And I dislike when I'm in a position where that has to happen. But love to hear how you manage your salespeople, how you hired, feedback at businessbrain.show, or find us up on X at Dave Hamilton or at Shannon Jean. Come at us, right? Yeah, come at us. Do at us, please. Yes. Keep living that charmed life, folks, and we'll see you Friday.